Okay. So we've already lit our candle today, which is going to be on our little altar on the laptop. We are lighting our incense right now. And today is going to be a special dedication to everyone in India. India is massively suffering from COVID-19. It's a really tragic situation in India. It's sad. It's funny because most of the vaccinations are getting made in India. India is the #1 vaccination superhouse in the world. And the fact that they cannot actually help their own people during this time, and that people are actually dying from lack of vaccination and lack of just help, is ridiculous. So today we're dedicating this whole practice to India, to the healing that India needs. Next week we will be doing Brazil, and we will be doing healing ceremonies every Sunday until further notice, so that people who really desperately need help are getting it. And today on our altar, we are honoring, and excuse me, as I steal it off the little shrine in our shrine room, but today we're honoring Maha Tara and Maha Lakshmi. We're honoring both of these goddesses of healing and movement. So today, Maha Tara and Maha Lakshmi are with us. Okay. Now that everyone has joined us, let's actually take a moment to do our awakening prayer. So we've already got our candles lit. Let's take a moment and say our awakening prayer. This helps create a sacred container for our practice. This focuses our minds and gravitates our hearts to the eternal light, the one source of all being, the flame imperishable, the Bodhi nature. Awake, awake, awake in peace, Lady of peace. Rise thou in peace, rise thou in beauty, Goddess of life, beautiful in heaven. Heaven is in peace, earth is in peace. O Goddess, daughter of Nuit, daughter of Geb, beloved of Osiris, mother of Horus, Goddess of your names, all praise to you, all praise to you. I adore you, Lady Isis, Lady Isis. And today, in honoring of our healing, I've lit a candle with the sacred smells of healing: bergamot, tobacco, which is a sacred Native American healing herb, amber, and musk, to really help get everyone in the modality of healing. So we've created this sacred container. We've said our awakening prayer. We've lit our candle. We've lit our incense so that our prayers are taken by the divine on scented winds. So let's go ahead and begin our Sunday Scrolls and Sacred Salon practice. Once again, today we are dedicating our practice to those who are suffering. We are dedicating our healing practice today to the energies of Maha Isis, of course, who sits on my altar. She's the main anchor. But also because we are saying healing prayers for those in India right now, we're actually honoring Maha Tara and Maha Lakshmi, guardians, goddesses of healing, goddesses of light. And they're both sitting on my laptop altar today as I'm doing this, so bear with me. Once again, I apologize that the video quality is so bad. I'm having to use my laptop because neither Facebook or YouTube allows me to zoom from my better cameras on my laptop, on my phone or on my iPad. So there we go. So let's go ahead and take a moment. Let's just breathe in, but let's really open our hearts to healing, to the suffering of all of humanity. We're actually dedicating this practice today not only to India, to those, as I was saying, most of our vaccinations in the world don't come from America, don't get made in country. They get made by 85% of the globe's vaccines get made in India, and then they get sent out. And India is the global superhouse of all vaccinations. And it's very sad that India, first of all, their people aren't all vaccinated, and that they're actually dying right now from lack of oxygen. In the superhouse of vaccinations, India is suffering because they've been giving to the world. So in this practice, we are giving back to India. But also we're giving back to the suffering of all beings everywhere. Because if there's one thing that our Divine Mother Isis taught us, when she spoke to Lucius and Apuleius, she says, "Weep no more, lament no longer, for the hour of your deliverance is at hand." And with that sacred promise over 4,000 years ago, we carry this in the cavern of the beloved where Mahamuni Isis sits. So let us go ahead, and as we go forth into our practice, as we actually begin our practice right now, let's hold that in mind. And also let's hold in mind that we're invoking Isis in one of her earliest forms, one of her most 5,000 years old, is Our Lady of Sorrows. And this is a very special aspect. I don't know if you can see her, but on my altar, I carry the Black Madonnas of Krakow and some other ones that are Our Lady of Sorrows. And I'm a great believer in the Black Madonna as Isis. But Our Lady of Sorrows is one of the most ancient titles of Isis when she's flooding the Nile with her tears over the death of her beloved, Osiris. And of course, we celebrate Lagnopsia, which is the candle of light, so we light candles for the dead. We did that earlier this year. So right now we're going to be invoking Maha Isis, Maha Isis, Maha Isis as her title, Lady of Sorrows. The world is overwhelmed in sorrow right now, but we will go forth refreshed and renewed, I promise. But let's take a moment. Let's begin. Divine Isis, goddess of 10,000 names, I invoke your grace. Come to our temple, O goddess. Dwell in our shrine. Make our hearts your altars and our hearts your home. Bring vision and healing to those who use the shrine. Give us wisdom and unveil the truth. And with thy feathery wings protect us. Breathe into us the breath of life and health and strength. Now we're going to honor the directions, for wherever you are at in the universe is where you're meant to be. And it is okay. It is okay. And remember, the atoms in our body rotate on the same axis and at the same speed as the place we live called Earth. So therefore we can call ourselves Earth. It's okay. We can call ourselves the Earth. Thank you, Dr. Livingston, Gaia Theory. Let us honor the east, element ever with the winds, ever blowing. Let us honor the south, element of fire with the flames, ever glowing. Let us honor the west, element of water with the rivers ever flowing. Let us honor the north, element of earth with the seeds forever growing. Let us honor the spirits above and below with the wisdom ever showing. Let us honor our bodies both without and within with the love forever showing. Now, as we dive into Mama Isis, excuse me as I turn backwards and get my mama off the statue of Isis where she normally is. What we're going to do is we're going to end this practice chanting 108 times, a mixture of Hindu and Greek. We're going to say Om, which is the primal creation, which has its correlations in Egypt, where the Bennu bird cried out and broke creation to fragments of the sun, and all life came. Kind of very much like they say in I like to think of the Bennu bird along the lines of Peter Pan, where they say the first baby laughed and its laughter broke, and out of those little laughters came a fairy. That's how I like to think of creation, as this primal child laughing, and out of that exuberant joy came the sparks of creation. So Om is that spark of creation that we all carry within us, this flame imperishable. But then also we're going to say Maha, which is mother. So Om Maha, and then we're going to end with Isis. Om Maha Isis will be our chant today 108 times, for which we will project healing for India. And that will be our offering today that we will end it on. But as we dive into this, I really want us to take a moment and reflect on the symbols of our faith, the Isis faith. And yes, we do worship Isis under her name, Our Lady of 10,000 Names, as the Greco-Romans did. Isis Aphrodite, Isis Selena, Isis, Fortuna, all of these different aspects of Isis. But Isis in her name, Isis, Our Lady of 10,000 Names, holds within her the cradle of all life. But in that cradle of existence, she has felt what it is to be human. She has felt the loss of love, the discovery of love, discovery of birth, the fierce protective of motherhood. Isis, and she does this even before she had Horus, when the earth was suffering because Ra had gone into his dotage and could not reinvent himself anymore. She intervened by stealing the name of Ra to reinvigorate him through her divine creatrix, her divine womb. She brought forth a new energy of Ra through herself, self-realization. But also in the symbol of our faith, we carry, when we talk about the tomb of Osiris and the mysteries of Osiris and Isis, it's not so much that we are worshiping death. What the symbolism holds, as Plutarch told us, is that we should enjoy the moment, that we should sit in the eternal now. Plutarch told us this 3,000 years ago. When he was writing Isis and Osiris to his beloved Cleo, one of the priestesses of Delphi, who was also a priestess of Isis. Anyways, so that being said, he writes that the mysteries of Isis, when we talk about the death of Osiris, it's not that we're worshiping death. It's that it's a contemplation for us to remember that our existence in this world, the world of samsara, the world of the eternal now, is just that, a moment, a now, and it's gone, and then we go back through the gates of death. But in this world, we're meant to live as best we can, not to be stuck that we're going to die, but to remember that we're finite in this form, in this existence. We are finite. So therefore we should have compassion. We should have love for each other. And he says this, Plutarch says this in Isis and Osiris several thousand years ago. I mean, it's beautiful, beautifully written. And those words ring true today because we have lost so many people to COVID. I can honestly say, I think within one of your circles, one of your intimate circles, you've lost someone. We've all lost someone within our communities, within our greater familias to COVID. And that's astounding that we've all lost someone to COVID. And Isis knows that grief. Remember, she not only put Osiris back together once, but twice, and then she lost him twice. But out of that came her son Horus. So out of that grief came love. And that's another thing for us. Out of the grief of despair comes love. And that's the lesson. And it really is. Isis and Osiris is the first story, the first love story that we have. So on that note, before we get into our practice, I want us to sit with the thought that Isis is Our Lady of Sorrows, but not Our Lady of Everlasting Grief. When I say Our Lady of Sorrows, Isis is this divine mother who sits with us in our grief. She's been there. She knows that. She is going through our grief with us. For the Mahamundi, the mother of all, is the everlasting circle, which has no beginning nor end. It simply is, and all things exist within her. That's why when she came to Apuleius in his hour of need, when he did not know her, lament no more and weep no longer, for the hour of your deliverance is at hand. So today, as we sit with Our Lady of Sorrows, as we sit with Our Lady of Sorrows, and as we feel that everlasting grief, it's okay. It's okay to be here, for it simply is. And on that note, I'm going to be rather naughty, and I'm going to go ahead and, oh, interesting. Okay, let me see if it will let me do this. I'm trying, oh, it will. Okay, so I'm going to, so DeTracy is on her video. I'm trying to figure out, it will not let me see if it will allow me. Oh, Jigglypuff, this is a whole new setup. Let's start with DeTracy. DeTracy, can you start your video on your feed and also start your iPhone? And if you can't do it, I'm gonna have Linda do it, because I think I just see a static image of DeTracy in her glorious crown. I think she's just listening to us. You know what? Let's go to Linda. Linda, can you, let me see if it will let me make you a spotlight speaker. Oh, here we go. Spotlight speaker. Yes, that's fine. Okay, Linda, would you unmute yourself so that you can go ahead, and I would love you to give a blessing for all the people who are suffering in India today.
Divine Goddess Isis.
Oh, wait, I can't hear you, Linda.
I'm on. Can you hear me now?
Nope. Let me see if it will. No, I don't want to share a screen. Participants, let me see if it will let me.
No, I'm on. I'm not muted.
Okay. For whatever reason, it's not allowing Linda to speak, hilariously enough.
Oh.
Say something now.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
We're trying.
Oh,
Okay.
Marky can hear me, but I think she hears me on Zoom.
That's okay.
Oh, well.
You're hearing her. I'm not hearing her. Okay. DeTracy says she's hearing you. I'm just not hearing you, bizarrely enough. Okay. Let me see. Try it now, Linda.
Can you hear me? Oh, you got it. Divine Isis, I implore your grace. May your feathery wings winnow away our sorrows from us, ease our suffering, Blessed Mother. Come to us now, heal our hearts, open the pathways that we may find a blessed and easy path that will bring comfort to our hearts and beauty to our souls. Bless all those that suffer. Bless all those who need your help. I pray they open their hearts, for I know you will come. So be it, in the name of Isis.
Thank you, Linda. Linda, one of the things I want to ask you is, how would you encourage people to sit with their grief?
Well, I think my way of doing it is to process it. Don't hold it in. Cry. Get mad if you have to, because sometimes that's part of it. But just process it. Don't hold it in. Don't be destructive about the way you choose to release it. Don't take it out on people around you. but allow yourself to go through the process of experiencing it, because holding things in like that can be really hard on a person. It can lead to disease, actually. And what I do is I just open a portal and I let the mother come. And she comes as Kuan Yin, she comes as Isis, sometimes as Hathor. It depends on what I need. She knows and she comes. So that's what I do. And I pray the FOI daily prayer because that just is so lovely. Holy Goddess Isis, Mother of all beings, come to our hearts. Grant us thy children, love and joy, wisdom and abundance. We offer thee our loving care for all who are born of thee. And that last part of that prayer is so important because we're offering care to everyone, but I'd also like to say that at times we have to practice discernment, and it can't be a one-way street. They have to offer back. And if everybody offers that, then everybody's receiving it back, correct? So that's all I have to say. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Thank you,
Love
Linda.
you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to remove Spotlight from Linda. And DeTracy, let me go back to Spotlight for me for a moment. DeTracy, are you able to start your video and unmute yourself? Because we would love a prayer and a blessing from you today, if you are around. Okay, let me go ahead and put DeTracy on Spotlight for everybody.
Well, in these troubled times, it seems like many people are encountering some really drastic situations. Just during the time of this meeting, I heard of another case of things going terribly wrong for someone. So Goddess, let's invoke your strength so that we may have an abundance of strength, more than what we need for our own needs, that we may reach out and radiate that strength to those who are in need, especially of healing, but also of protection and hope. May we be radiant in our practice, and may each of us, wherever we are, be a spot that brings forth light and brings forth a tangible, uplifting benefit to those around us, to those that know of us, but even to those who are casual passers-by. May they benefit from our practices, and may that inspire in them a desire to do more themselves. But we are not through the woods yet. There's still time and distance to go, and many places other than our own are still suffering, or even, I regret to say, diving into greater suffering. So there is much to be done, and may we be radiant in our own practice and in our ability to transmit hope and healing and a sense of getting through this together to all those that we meet and encounter, no matter how mildly we encounter them. May they benefit by our practice. Goddess bless that this may be so.
Dua Aset, Dua Aset, Dua Aset.
Part of my daily practice now is actually listening to the Dua Aset song from the Pharaoh's Golden Parade. And I find that I have that in my mind even when I'm not actively listening to it. I think that was a potent re-energizing of the faith of Isis, of Egypt, of the unity of all beings, no matter what nation they are from or in. And I think it's a very important practice. And I have found it extremely helpful. And it's become part of my morning rite.
It actually gets really stuck in your head.
Yes, yes, it's an incredible an incredible thing.
Well, thank you to Tracy for your blessing. Thank you for your prayers of strength. I'm going to go ahead and remove the spotlight from her. I'm going to put me back on if I can do that. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and do our 108 chants. Tracy, you might want to put yourself on mute so we don't get some feedback. I'm going to go ahead and how we're going to start this is a little bit differently. If you're left-handed, do it in your left hand. If you're right-handed, do it in your right hand. This is for a manifestation and invoking, just like we say our 3 words during Moonlight that we want to ripple out from the cavern of the beloved, from the cavern of the soul in our heart. This is another thing that we want to ripple out to the greater world. So that being said, before we get into our 108 recitations of our Om Maha Isis, we're going to do 3 recitations of Om Maha Tara, Om Maha Tara, Om Maha Tara. Now we're going to do 3 recitations of Om Maha Lakshmi, Om Maha Lakshmi, Om Maha Lakshmi. And that is to invoke the energies of Maha Tara and Maha Lakshmi, who are the goddesses of light, healing. They are the divine mothers. So let us dive into 108 recitations of Om Maha Isis. For those of you who don't know, Om is the primal symbol of creation, the first sound that broke life. Maha is the Hindu word for mother. It's one of the most oldest root words that we know go directly to mother. The hieroglyph of mother is the same translation. It's one of the very few words that we have from the early Indus Valley that translates from Indus into Vedic, Maha, as in mother. And of course, Isis is the Greco-Roman name for Aset, Isis. So let's go ahead and begin our prayers. Om Maha Isis, 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 Om Maha Isis. Breathe in that energy of the Divine Mother. Let us close with the ancient Egyptian prayers of awakening found on the walls and hieroglyphics of Egypt. Nahis, 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 Nabet Aset. Nahis, 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 Nabet Aset. Nahis, 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 Nabet Aset. Sageb Sanuit. May we all go forth refreshed and renewed, with a dedication to preserve and protect all life. We are all children of Isis, the great mother goddess. Om Maha Isis.